About 3 weeks ago, got a phone call from my mom about this time, and she was in so much pain. At that time, she said, "Just get here. I'm hurting so bad. I've never experienced this type of pain." I get my clothes on and I head to her house. And I had called my nephew because I thought he had a key, and my mom said she was in so much pain she couldn't make it to the door. So I called him and told him, and so he headed that way too. And my nephew beat me there, and he called me when I was 2 miles away saying to call 911, that Nana was in a lot of pain and we needed an ambulance. So I called 911. I get to the house, and my mom was sitting on her love seat in a lot of pain. I've seen, of course, I've been with my mom for 46 years, and I've seen her with gallstones and a lot of issues, and I've never seen her in so much pain in my life. Hurting awful. I grabbed Mama's face into my hands and I said, "Mama, this is it. It's probably your aneurysm." And she whispered, she said, "They can fix this." I said, "I know, we can do it. We'll do it." And Mom was like, it just hurts so much. The worst pain in her back. Which, when we had talked to her doctors about her aneurysms, they had said that it'd be the worst pain she'd ever experienced in her whole life. So I knew that her aneurysm had been ruptured or leaking. So we called the ambulance. First people on the scene was the fire department. They come in. They couldn't get a pulse a oxygen level or her blood pressure or anything. And I repeatedly told them Mama's having severe pain, and she had 2 aneurysms. She had an abdominal aneurysm and a descending thoracic aneurysm. So, anyways, we were still waiting for the ambulance. It was misty, raining, and cool that night. Ambulance comes in. And by this time, my brother and sister-in-law had made it. And, and the ambulance was there, and my brother just was trying to make light of the seriousness of the situation. And it was like, "Oh, it's probably those 2 hot dogs that you had earlier. Probably just gas." And I said, "I hope so, but I think it's Mom's aneurysm." So they tried to get her blood pressure and everything, and she, of course, they couldn't get all that because Mom's always had such difficulties with getting a blood pressure and even the oxygen level. And they said, "Where do you want to go?" And we was at Greenview, because Mom's always went to Greenview, had everything done at Greenview. So we go to Greenview. Well, that's where we head. Well, the ambulance driver paused and said, "I can't take you to Greenview." And I was like, "Fine." And I almost pretty much picked up Mom by myself and was like, "I'll take you." And just a minute, I gotta call my supervisor. So gotta call in. "Well, we could take you to Greenview." So they started loading up Mom, putting her in the ambulance, and we're waiting outside. What's taking so long? Why ain't they leaving? They're waiting for another ambulance to show up to transport Mom to Greenview. Time clicking. Already told them over 3 times. Mom's got aneurysms, and Mom was besides herself in pain. So, time click, 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 clicking away. Another ambulance shows up. Mom gets in the ambulance. They put her in the other ambulance. I follow behind the ambulance. Never at one time did they take Mom's pain serious. Didn't acknowledge her pain. And was like, oh, just back pain. This lady's wanting to be taken all the way to Greenview for back pain. Mom's in her worst pain in her life. We get on South Fork Road, start heading. Mom, I guess doesn't deserve lights, huh? No lights. Nothing. Get on interstate. No lights. No sound. I guess my mom's not as important as everybody else's mother in a situation or such as that. So we get to Greenview. Ambulance had beat me there. So I was like, I've got to go to the restroom. So I run to the restroom, and then I go to the triage desk that's there in the lobby. The ambulance people brings my mom to the lobby. My mom's in severe pain. Almost at a 10 on the severe level. She couldn't get comfortable. She was in pain. And the triage nurse was asking questions and stuff. Why the hell did they send her out to the lobby? She's got aneurysms. She's in the worst pain in her life. She just come by ambulance to the hospital. So anyways, I noticed Mom's temperature was below normal. You know what? Somebody bleeding out would not have a normal temperature, huh? Blood pressure cuff kept going up and down, up and down. Never could get a reading. I wonder why. Oxygen level? Couldn't register. Tick, 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 tick. Time being wasted. People in the lobby looking at us. My mom was in so much pain. Excuse me. When you have somebody in so much pain and you can't do nothing, it's the worst pain in the world. Oh, after I mentioned to the triage nurse about her aneurysms, she's like, got on the phone. She needs to come back as soon as there's a room open. Time's ticking. Nurse comes out and gets Mom. We're back there. Mom couldn't be comfortable. Flopping everywhere. Just couldn't get comfortable. She was in so much pain. She couldn't lay back, sit up. Just screaming out in pain. Nurse is trying to say, you're gonna have to work with us. The doctor comes in, and I was like, she needs to go straight to CT. And I kind of said it under my breath. And they was trying to get another IV started too. 2 IVs. Doctor was like, she needs a stat CT, a TNC, stat, call, lab to get the TNC. TNC's for a type and cross match. I knew she was bleeding out. I knew that when I come to my mom's house. Tick, tick, tick. CT was waiting. And waiting for lab to come and do the TNC. First. Tick, tick. Mom rolling in pain. I give her something just to knock the edge off, but couldn't give her anything because her blood pressure was so low. Pain. Tick, tick, tick. ER doctor comes in. Why hasn't she gone to CT yet? The lab hasn't showed up yet to do the TNC. Get her straight on over to CT. But she wasn't gone very long. And I saw her rolling through. All of them. Bypassed me, went straight to the trauma room. Tick, tick, tick. Everybody in the room. Working on Mom. Having to incubate her. I guess she had passed out from the pain. Because they couldn't give her anything. Tick, tick, tick. The nurse comes up to me. One of the 2 nurses that was taking care of her. Is there anything I could do for you? I said, I don't understand. Why the hell did they send my mom to the lobby when she had such severe back pain and lots of pain and she's got aneurysms? He looks at me and he says, ma'am, that's my fault. The paramedic ambulance driver only said she had back pain. Back pain that's so bad that it's the worst pain in your life. Mom had aneurysms. They didn't mention she had aneurysms. Things would have been so different if they had treated her with respect and understood her pain. Hours went by. I tried to find somebody to take Mama. Medical center wouldn't take Mom. Skyline wouldn't take Mom. Vanderbilt wouldn't take Mom. All along, time was ticking. Tick, tick, tick. Finally found somebody several hours later who would take Mom. Couldn't use an air flight that night, air evacuation, because of the weather conditions, the icy and the atmosphere. They get Mom in an ambulance. She don't even get to 65. And her heart gives out. And she dies. I'm mad. to work with the lady that said, when you get older, they treat you differently because you don't have as many years or guaranteed as many years. And I thought, oh, she's being unrealistic. That night, I realized they treat people who are older differently. If it had been somebody younger, they may have had the lights on, the sirens going. They may have not sent her to the lobby. Age discrimination. They didn't take my mom's pain serious at all by the ambulance. I watched a crew of people at Greenview do everything they could do to save my mom, given the circumstance. But the ambulance, the young crew that night, didn't give a damn about my mom. They didn't give a damn about her pain. I'm angry. And I keep thinking, what if I had taken her myself? What if I'd never called 911? They would have took me serious if I'd brought my mom there. And not the ambulance people just saying, it's an old lady with back pain. That old lady was my mom. She was my rock. You know, it's always told first to call an ambulance if you're over the age of 70 or 65. Good luck on getting somebody that's gonna give a damn about you, because they didn't give a damn about my mom. So the next time, if you live in Barron County or Metcalfe County, if you need an ambulance, you better think twice. Especially if your loved one is older, because they'll disregard their pain in a heartbeat. I just needed to get this off my chest. I want to pursue the EMS. So far, I hadn't had an attorney that would want to take my case. And I understand that, just for the fact that the medical field, a lot of people are disregarded and disrespected. But if I can save another person who's in their 70s or 70 from losing their life because they weren't being taken serious, then it'd be worth it. That's all.